Just now the other day I was watching Pewdiepie compare cheap drinks with fancy drinks. It's a super fun video, but I noticed he made some technical mistakes while filming with the smartphone. Hi, my name is John Bear, so happy to see your beautiful face, and in this video I'm gonna cover a few simple mistakes that we can fix when you're filming with your smartphone to make your footage look way more professional. And it's only gonna take you a few seconds. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm John Bear and I teach you how to make professional video for online use so that you can drive traffic to your business, your interest, or your personal brand. If that's something that you're into, then consider hitting that subscribe button. When you're filming a talking video, a YouTube video like this one right here, or the one that Pewdiepie was filming, it's very tempting to just hit record and start talking. However, if you leave your camera in auto mode and just start recording, there are a few features that might mess up your footage. The first thing we need to fix is auto white balance. What is white balance? White balance basically controls the temperature and the hue of your footage. It controls the colors so that white will look white. White balance. This is because different lights have different temperatures and your camera needs to adjust to the light that it's getting into the lens. So for example, when you're shooting outside in broad daylight, it's very warm light. If the white balance is not properly adjusted to match the warm light from the sun, then your footage might end up looking blue. Usually, for your phone, the white balance is managed pretty well with the auto white balance. However, there are a few issues when you're filming these sort of locked off tripod shots. Because when you're filming long clips of just you standing here talking to the camera, the white balance might make some micro adjustments. Going back to Pewdiepie, look at how the colors of the white walls change throughout the video. The camera does not move and Pewdiepie is sitting center frame the whole video. It's a locked shot. However, the auto white balance is constantly readjusting itself. The auto white balance is always trying to be accurate. So if you, for example, move your head a little bit, it will automatically adjust and change the shot. This becomes a problem when you're editing the video. So between two cuts, the colors might be completely different. Furthermore, with all the color shifting, trying to color grade your footage becomes a very difficult task. So to simplify everything that I just said, I would recommend to you to always lock your white balance when you're filming with a tripod shot like this one. You could make this into a simple rule. If the camera does not move, then the white balance should not move. Which brings me to the next setting that you need to manage, which is exposure. Your phone camera usually does a pretty good job of auto-exposing the video. So if you're filming in a dark place, it'll try to brighten up the image. If you're filming in daylight, it will keep the video from becoming this. Exposure is basically how bright and how dark your image is. Just like how white balance controls the colors, exposure controls the brightness. So auto exposure will also try to readjust itself all the time when you're doing your video. Exposure is controlled by three components, which is ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. All you have to do is to lock your exposure, just like how you lock your white balance. Depending on the camera app that you're using, your phone might not let you set your exposure or lock it off. If this is the case, I would recommend you to find a camera app that allows you more manual control. All right, fantastic. So you've got your white balance and your exposure set off, so don't have to worry about that. But there's one more thing that might ruin your shot. In this video with Pewdiepie, you can see there's a lot of natural light spilling into the scene. Now I'm guessing that when Pewdiepie and Marcia were filming this video, it might have taken them maybe an hour at least. Over the course of 1 hour, daylight can shift drastically. In fact, you can notice by the end of this video, the quality is considerably worse because he has less light in the shot. So the third and final tip to make your smartphone videos way more professional is to have proper lights. Nowadays, you can buy really good lights for your camera for pretty cheap. You could even get one of those tripods with circular light and smartphone holder in the middle type thing. Or you could go all the way like I am doing and have a proper big softbox to light yourself. Even a professional light like this one is fairly cheap. But I get it, it's not for everyone, it's pretty big and cumbersome. But there are smaller and cheaper alternatives that you can pack away easily. And finally, to control the light in your scene properly, you also need good curtains. Now I see in the background here that the curtains that they have in their living room is not really suitable for this, unfortunately. So the inconsistent quality of Pewdiepie's video can be left largely at this, the window just spilling in too much natural light. So to summarize everything that I've said right here, if you control your white balance, your exposure, and your lights, your videos will look very professional. Even if you had a really old, bad smartphone camera and still control these three things, white balance, exposure, and your lights, your video is still gonna look better than a professional camera that does not control these three elements. Having good lights, proper exposure, and proper white balance will make any camera look good, regardless of the quality. Although, knowing Pewdiepie, I'm sure he doesn't care about the video quality. I mean, it's become a bit of a meme that Pewdiepie has really bad video quality. So Pewdiepie, if you're watching, you do you, it's fine. But for all of you watching, if you're thinking about doing online video for your business, your personal brand, or whatever, if you know these things and you can control them, you can easily get professional video regardless of the camera you use. And I hope I've inspired you to take that one extra step just to make your video look that much better. That's it for this video. If you learned something, hit that like button and consider subscribing. I'm John Bear and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.